Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that he chose to join me today as I have succeeded in this impossible logic check while trying to come up with a sound theory.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night?
The lieutenant ignores the tattooed man.
12:25 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
He points to the karaoke stage. She didn't go to the toilet?
No.
That's a lie.
In the whole 45-minute window, she was with you all the time.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry.
He points to the intersection.
We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop. And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him.
He taps on his temple.
I've been through this. It's not plausible.
He's been through it. That means he suspected her too.
Good catch.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
You do agree the shot came from the roof, right?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no.
He shakes his head.
I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
Unless it was an exceptional, almost godly sniper.
Look at our hand-eye coordination doing a godly check there. Yeah, we still need to check that that window. I didn't do it because Kim wasn't with me. I wonder if I should have done it before this thing. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I should have a save before I talk to them. So, yeah, we're going to figure it out. A skilled Sambo artist could have climbed... Do we know that she's a Sambo artist? No. There's a winch out back for sure, but there's a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
How?
He looks sincerely curious. Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop?
People say there was a pinball arcade here. Sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade.
The old man coughs.
Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but
The man looks around.
how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
Good one, Kim.
Thank you.
Yeah, from there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory.
He turns to Eugene.
We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now.
He turns to you.
You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot?
Firmly?
He shakes his head.
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route
He forms a gun with his hand.
does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that. And Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
The local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Maybe it was her?
You lost your gun?
The blonde man is taken aback, not even laughing.
What an idiot!
Tell me,
The big man leans closer.
did you lose it before the murder?
No,
Of course not.
he scoffs.
And Ruby didn't use your lost gun to kill him.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it. You'll get a heart attack.
It's fine, it's okay.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on.
I have analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed.
So,
The man shrugs and looks at you.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade.
He turns to you.
Not even you militia monkeys have those.
He doesn't wait for a response.
This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it?
Just because it's rare doesn't mean you can't get it.
Calm. That's exactly what it means.
That wasn't strong.
No. Well, I've already established Ruby's running drugs. She could have smuggled guns too.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it?
Titus slaps his thigh.
Every fucking 5 seconds.
All I'm saying is, from what I saw in her cabin, she'd have no trouble getting a gun.
Trouble. This is Revachol. Even the roid heads in the gym had a carbine. No one has trouble getting a gun. I still never saw her carry one.
He's angry because he knows you're right. What he's saying only confirms your theory.
Yeah. I'm gonna show them the antique rifle. There are weapons like this just lying around in Martinez, dude.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave.
He takes the gun, inspects it, and hands it back to you.
It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there, with others just like this.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
god damn it, we need to close that dump down for good.
Titus nods to it.
That's a goddamn breech loader, too. Find one that works, and you got a military-grade weapon that shoots jacketed ammunition.
He shakes his head.
He sees it. This is coming together. He must. Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet.
I'm gonna hold the bullet out. This is the bullet that did it. 4.45 millimeter. The Belle McGrave uses the same caliber.
The blonde man looks at the mushroomed deathbringer in the evidence bag and says,
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right. 4mm too.
Whoa.
Well, goddamn.
His eyes follow the evidence bag back in your pocket.
It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close.
He squints.
You have been thorough. I'll give you that.
Didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon. Just that we need to find her.
I don't know, cop. Why don't you find your lost gun first?
The tattooed man bursts out laughing at his own joke.
Easy now, Al. This isn't comedy hour.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we?
He almost gets up from his seat.
Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
Look, it's not why did she kill him. It's why did she organize the cover-up.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Oh yeah, she could have just been covering up for herself, Titus, not you guys.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
The little man, Shanky, squints, eyes beady.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Shanky, let's assume you kill him.
I didn't do it, fucker. It wasn't my plan.
You probably did, though.
It's just a thought experiment. Think, Shanky. You killed him. You got up there, shot him, cut down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your buddies? As part of a lynch mob? Or alone for committing murder?
Fuck you, man. I would never fuck my guys over like that.
He squeaks with indignation.
She didn't either. She would never do that.
The blonde man, Glenn, looks around.
Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn,
Titus looks grim.
I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Before I arrested Klaji, she told me some pretty interesting things about Ruby.
Yeah, like what?
She's part of the homosexual underground.
The what now?
You know, sex. She wanted sex from her.
The big man falls absolutely silent.
Yeah, but
The fat man looks up from the table, oblivious.
they're both girls.
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes.
The lieutenant explains.
This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
What Kim said.
Fuck you.
Glenn can't believe what he's hearing.
First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do.
The Mesk smiles.
Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Light laughter sounds off in the room. It feels nervous. Klaji said she made advances on her, and she thwarted them.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit.
The big man rubs his chin.
It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
She did tell us right before we arrested her.
Figures.
He looks out the window.
But that Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. So there is some truth to it. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a Hardy.
He glances at Glenn.
But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit,
And then, boss,
Shanky shakes his head.
use us to cover it up? I mean, that's just fucked up.
If it's true,
Eugene looks at Shanky and then Titus.
but it's not, right?
Well, when Klaji came downstairs, Ruby appeared to know that something was wrong, right?
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control.
Elaine explains.
That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women,
Eugene peeks at Titus.
which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Yeah, women talking to women is more of a factor of women not talking to men than anything else. Yeah, Eugene, and I'm gonna roll my eyes. Female intuition, that's what it was. You're right, Eugene.
Yeah.
The man seems unsure of himself.
Wishful thinking has no place in a police investigation.
The lieutenant tells Eugene, his voice mild but firm.
A more serious consideration that you wish to avoid is that she knew what happened because she did it.
Yeah, maybe she killed him because she thought it could curry favor with you guys?
You had expressed, on occasion, your dislike of the mercenaries' presence in Martinez, right?
whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor with Titus Hardy. She has to know that.
He rubs his chin and looks out the window.
It's the kind of chin rubbing men, often leaders, do when they think of punishment.
Maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge against you, Titus?
There's no fucking leadership challenge.
A flash of rage. He calms himself.
Just when I thought you were taking this seriously, cop, you put your head in your ass.
Man, now he's just throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks.
Okay,
The lieutenant steps in.
we ruled out infighting. That's how this works, by exclusion. Remember, all we need to do is rule Ruby out too. That's all this is.
Titus, you have seen it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
Yeah, I see it.
He puts his beer down.
There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know.
He smiles a peculiar smile.
I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
Why?
She was afraid I would tell you.
He looks you straight in the eye.
Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps.
He looks out the window again.
Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
What was she scared of?
I told you. You.
Me? Personally?
Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
No wonder she's afraid. I've come to declare the ending of the human experiment.
Sure. The human experiment. That's real funny.
He looks at you without smiling.
You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But
He measures you up.
now I'm not so sure.
What else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop
Won't stop?
until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
Fucking hell.
The tattooed man, Elaine, shakes his head.
Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did.
He nods.
Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Silence. He nods.
Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener?
You are insistent.
He nods. Okay, anything else? Anything?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus, this cop, he... But she was too scared.
Scared. You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject.
Nah. Do you have any clues on where Ruby went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry. So, she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al.
He gives a sharp look.
And we won't either.
She's not really a
Glenn stares into his beer.
hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock.
He nods southwest.
She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
You're all here. Who's out looking? Titus shrugs.
Lizzie needed some air.
She didn't go to tell Everard.
No one goes to tell Everard anything. He knows what he has to know. Fast.
Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure. There's some shit houses there. A cinder block town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. That explains the animosity towards them from Everard. Huh.
We will start there.
The lieutenant takes a quick note.
One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man.
Do you know what she's doing with Ulan frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea.
He looks around.
Boys?
She said she's building
His voice is very quiet.
a pale emitter.
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
There you have it. Pale something.
Titus puts an end to it. It's not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
He puts his hand out. I'm gonna shake it.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
You should be a cop, Titus.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head?
He scoffs.
I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
Lot to think about, I suppose. I mean, a lot of quests to go on through, I suppose. So let's look into the glass breakage and all that. I hope it's still there. I really do. You know. When I say it's still there, I mean, the glass is still here. That's not the point. Is it broken?
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Yeah, it is not broken. But we have a visual calculus here. It's still here. That's brilliant. Let's get a visual calculus thing up. In our clothes, I mean. We have +1 already because of our RCM Commander's jacket. That's right. Let's see, do I need anything here? No, those are Empathy and Inland Empire. Let me look at what we have here in clothes. It's only the glasses, the neat office shades, Eye of the Reckoner. It's a white check, so I can just invest skill points if I fail. What happened here?
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
I'm gonna inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
I'm gonna have a look at point A line. I believe that's what that thing is. The roof. Although in English that might change the term, that's A something. Either way, yeah, it's an A apostrophe. Roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
A prime, not A line. Okay. Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belmagrave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot have come from inside the room? A closer point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
Let's also pronounce it Islet, because that's how it's pronounced. More precisely, B prime?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet.
Islet.
Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Have a look at point B prime, the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Have a look at B prime prime? I don't actually know how it's pronounced. Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Have a look at point B prime prime prime. The Islet.
1 kilometer away. A point beyond the docks. On an
Islet
in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof in Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime, the boardwalk, B double prime, that's how it said apparently, Land's End, and B triple prime, the Islet.
I see you have given this a lot of thought.
He remarks, raising an eyebrow.
Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
It's okay.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nest if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
That does sound like a reasonable possibility. Let me just go outside. You never know if there's, gun residue. And I don't think there is. There is, however, the end of the episode. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.